Ito ang inyong lingkod na nagbabalik upang magbigay ng mga balitang walang bias at pawang katotohanan lamang. Ito ang Bayang Pinas. Ang isyong ito ay naging usap-usapan sa buong bansa at iba't ibang social media platforms. Ngunit bago tayo magtungo sa aktual na video ay tayo muna ay magbasa ng mga komento, hinaing at opinyon ng ating mga netizen. Duterte pa rin kahit anong mangyari. Tama na ang Marcos, ayaw ko na, nabudol din ako. Akala ko magiging maayos ang pamumuhay. Wala din pala, palubog din pala. Si PBBM ang naging inspirasyon ng kapitbahay namin para makalakad. 6 years ago, na-aksidente at naputulan ng mga paa yung kapitbahay namin at simula noon hindi na siya nakalakad. Pero nitong Oktubre lang, habang nanonood siya ng TV, saktong si PBBM ang ibinalita, pinilit niyang tumayo at naglakad at nakalakad siya papalapit sa TV at kanya itong hinampas ng kanyang tungkod. Appreciate Senator Jinggoy. Good point lahat ang katanungan. Nako, Lay di Lima. Sayang ka, ba't ayaw mong magpakatotoo sa katotohanan at ito ulit? Si salamat kaayo, Diyos ko, virus, magbago ka na. Sus kaayo, sarap mabuhay na tahimik. Dilim na back to you ka kasi wala kang ginawa, puro ka lang grandstanding at paninira ni FPRRD. Ngayon, malaya ka na sa kasong drugs courtesy of BBM, baka sa kalsada mo maaaring na maback to you ka na naman sa bilibid. Sayang ka madam, wala ka ng pag-asang makabalik pa sa inyong political career. Ikaw mismo ang nagsira sa inyong sarili. Salamat, may God bless us all. Ibalik ang war on drugs mula nagkaroon ng ganon na tahimik ang bansa na wala takot na mga mamamayan lumabas kahit gabi. Kasi takot ang mga adik pumatay at naubos sila. Pwede po ba pag sinabing utang ay 15 trilyon na dapat linawin kasi yung utang na yan ay mula pa sa panahon ng mga nagdaang presidente noong umupo si PRRD. Around 11 trillion tumaas okay kay PRRD. Daming kitang infrastructure. Kay Bangag, naging 15 trillion, wala, nga. Well, para nga sa kabuang detalye at impormasyon ay panoorin na lamang ang buong video. At salamat na rin sa ating mga solid viewers sa walang sawang pagsuporta. At kung bago pa lamang sa ating channel ay syempre, huwag kakalimutang mag-subscribe, pindutin ang notification bell, piliin na rin ang all upang laging maging updated sa mga balitang bago, totoo at walang bias dito sa channel ng Bayan, ang Bayang Pinas. Huwag din pong kakalimutang mag-iwan ng like at i-share ang ating mga videos. Muli po mga kaibigan, maraming salamat and God bless.
Pag-usapan ho yun. Bisyo na ho yun. Addiction ang tawag doon. At ang sugal at droga, tandaan nyo ho, wala akong pagkakaiba yung dalawa na yan. Wala akong pagkakaiba yan. Kaya kung kayo nagsusugal, para din ho kayong yun, no? Eto na ho mga kababayan, dumako naman ho tayo dito kay, ito talaga. Ito talagang pasalamat ko dito sa totoo lang eh. No, kay Ma'am Cathy Binag. Ito, pakinggan ho natin. Ako, pagka nakikita ko tong si Ma'am Cathy Binag, medyo kinikilig ako eh. Medyo kinikilig ako. Kayo ba naman ang pansinin ng isang Cathy Binag? My goodness. Sino ba naman si PH Update? Nasa kasada lang ko kanina, pakape-kape. Sinasawsaw ko yung pandesal sa kape ko, di ba? Ang sarap po nun. Tapos, tatawagin ka ni Boss Amo, sasabihin niya, halika dito, Boy Balbas. Panoorin mo to. Ayun. Pirmahan mo yan, 6 months contract ka ulit. Ayan, kaya thank you madam ha. Pag nagkita tayo, huwag kang mag-alala. Sagot ko na ang lipstick mo. Kay Ma'am Pamela naman, ano po yung sasagot natin kay Ma'am Pamela? Sagot ko na yung mga kakanin ni Ma'am Pamela. Di naman nagli-lipstick si Ma'am Pamela. Nagli-lipstick ba yun? Di naman, di ba? Ano yun eh? Di ko alam. Nagli-lipstick ba si Ma'am Pamela? Di ko alam. Di ko nakita nagli-lipstick. Pero yung kakanin ni Ma'am Pamela at ni Sir Marlon, sagot na natin yan. Pero dito, dahil parang nagpe-paid na yung lipstick mo, madam. Inumpisahan mo ako eh. Ito na. Game. Ay walang music, walang tunog ayan, walang sound.
Hi PH, pinapanood
Grabe
kita
no?
ngayon.
Oh,
Hindi ko gusto yung bagong mukha mo.
bakit naman madam? Baka umiyak yung nasa kabilang kwarto, mahagulgul na nga kanina pa eh. Kala ko gagawa ng reaction video ngayon. Sabi ni Boss Amo, wala ka Brad. Doon ka na sa kabilang channel.
Hindi ko alam kung anong kaganapan meron.
Madam, sinisanti ako ng ilang araw eh. Di ba? Sinisanti ako. Pero nang dahil sa'yo, naibalik ako sa pwesto. Kaya, eto ka sa akin, madam, oh. Eto ka sa akin. Kung si Malupiton, burger ka sa kaniya, sa akin naman, heart ka sa akin.
Hindi ko mag-gets. Parang ano eh.
Oh.
Ayoko sabihin yung word. Parang ka naging special.
Naku, parang naging special, naku. Linagyan mo pa ako ng cheese sa ulo. Di ba, yung mga special lang, yung may cheese yan, di ba? Pagka tinapay, may cheese yan, special yan. Ganun ba yun? Okay.
Yan. Pakita ka sa akin. Palitan mo.
Yun na nga, madam. Binalik na ako ni Boss Amo dito. Yan na nga ako, mga kababayan. Yung ang napakabilis na pagbati sa atin, itong si... Walang permiso sa pagpo-post ko nito, ha. Personal lang to, pero dahil... ganyan katindi sa akin itong si Ma'am Cathy Binag at itong si Ma'am Pamela. Si Ma'am Pamela ngayon medyo busy eh. Ano kaya pinagkakaabalahan ng alin na yun, no? Hindi, ano ngayon siya, sabi niya, busy, no? Sabi niya, PH, daan ako dyan, ha? O kailan, madam? Maya, sabi, hindi na ako nakadaan, busy ako eh. Sabi ko sa kanya, ano nangyari dito sa alin na to? Hayaan na nga natin, busy eh. Ito, mga kababayan, dumako na po tayo dito kaya, ayun grabe naman, Dito, shout out, kaya, mamaya na ho yan, masyadong hahaba tong video na to. Ang dami natin pag-uusapan. Doon sa isa na boring ba kayo? Doon sa isa na boring kayo doon. Ano yun eh, mainang nila lang yun eh. Kumbaga pag nag-iisip yun, parang pagong yun eh. Para siyang pagong mag-isip, ang bagal ng mga brain neurons ng mama na yun. Dito iba tayo dito, di ba? Sanay kasi itong mga kababayan natin dito, fast-paced, tak. Gusto nila, ganun mga talakayan natin eh. Ito, umpisa natin. Espinido tayo, Espinido. Naku, muulan na naman. Ayan na naman yung mga fact-checker natin. Papadating na naman tong si Leo.
Chair,
Ito na.
you could also hear them. Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair.
I'll give them time na. Mayor Mabilog and Laila, if they want to give some opening statement. But after this question of mine to Colonel.
Ayun.
Colonel, isa pa. One question. Sa ilang years ka sa police?
28, Your Honor. Mr.
Grabe
Chair.
yung mga operations, high profile, di ba?
Yes.
Paparuhinog, ikaw?
Magaling mo yan, si
Yung
Espinido. Magaling.
early morning raid sa bahay?
Yes, Mr.
Ilang patay doon?
Ang patay.
Ilan?
Simultaneous yun sa area, sa 6 search warrant. 16,
16.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, basta operative yan, general, mga operative. Okay. Sa entire 28 years career mo sa police, ikaw ba'y nakatanggap ng instruction, whether in writing or sa pananalita, na ginamit ang word na neutralization bilang code na patayin mo?
Sa pagtanda ko, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, wala akong specific na sabihan na i-neutralize. Huli ay yung arrest, marami.
Kaya nga, okay. So, ikaw ba'y nasabihan na arrest pero code word yun na patayin mo?
Hindi,
Hindi.
Mr. Chair.
Ikaw ba'y na...
Naku, wala akong mga ganong klase. Walang ganong code word. Paano ba yan? Na-derail na naman yung mga argumento at punto de vista nila dyan sa Tuwad Committee. Ibinibida ko kasi nila, ang code word daw pagka may gugurgurin, neutralize, tarabauhin. Di ba?
nagamitan ng ibang word na code word sa napatayin mo?
Wala. May isa, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, yung trabahuin.
Okay.
Patrabaho yung ganun. Pero
Anong basa mo, anong intindi mo doon sa trabaho?
Game.
Mo?
the result din, Mr. Chair, hulihin, yun na talaga palagi ang
Pero anong ending, anong ending ng specific na trinabaho mo? Napatay o nahuli?
nahuli. Nahuli yun.
Nahuli.
Maalala mo pa pangalan, sino yung subject matter ng trabahuin mo na nahuli, ang ending ay nahuli din?
Mayor ng Gandara, Samar, Mr. Chair, with the person of Mayor Cabuños, at saka may apat niya na security na police na warranted.
Anong year yun? More or less?
2011, 2010, 11, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Yung pagtatanong ko sa iyo, pang credibility questions na po ito kasi
Yes.
hindi naman, drug war ba yan? Hindi.
Hindi.
Yes. So, just to test yung credibility po. Apo. Seto ba to? Yes.
Are we commencing questioning Colonel Espinido, Mr. Chair?
Bigyan ko sana ng time lang kung may opening statement si Mayor Mabilog at saka si Senator Laila de Lima. And then after their opening statements, kung meron man, hindi ko kayo pipilitin, then we now open the questioning. But we will follow the order. May order tayo, tapos magti 10 minutes po tayo. Pero kung pwede mag-request, iklian natin mga 5 minutes per senator. Ha? Okay, so, ladies first, Senator Laila de Lima, just in case you want to deliver a statement.
Sasalita ka pa, Dilima? Huwag na.
Yes,
Very
yes,
short.
go ahead, ma'am.
Very short, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chair and the
Oh.
honorable members of...
Huwag na, huwag na, huwag na. Eh, tagal mo eh. Sabi mo, very short lang eh. Huwag na, huwag na. Ayun,
Wala,
game.
resource person po kayo. Okay,
Mr. Chair, if I
okay,
may.
sa Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A few questions addressed to former Senator De Lima. During your time as chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights, when did you start serving as the chairman of the Commission on Human Rights, if I may ask?
I was appointed in 2008
Up to 2010.
to 2010.
All right.
When I was appointed as the Secretary of
All right.
Justice.
Did you conduct investigations regarding EJKs?
Yes,
Madam
the
Chair?
CHR and bank
All right.
conducted public inquiry right there in Davao City.
May I know kung ano-ano po yung mga lugar na inimbestigahan nyo tungkol sa EJK?
Yung tungkol pa sa lugar, it was actually the entirety of Davao City because of the phenomenon of GDS. At inimbitahan nga po namin the former mayor who appeared and acted as resource person, and mga ilan-ilan na mga opisyal, maraming opisyal actually, the city councilors, barangay chairman, PNP officials. Only that, halos wala na nag-appear dun sa mga nakausap namin discreetly, confidentially, who shared their knowledge about the DDS. These are also self-confessed DDS members, just like Edgar Matubato. Kaya lang po, in the 2009 inquiry, wala pa po sila Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas. Na-mention yung mga pangalan nila, pero wala pa po sila doon. Hindi pa ho namin sila na-access at hindi ho na-present doon sa DDS inquiry.
So,
Madam, alam mo, kaya hindi nyo sila ma-access kasi magaling sa inyo si Trillanes. Hindi kayo makakaporma kay Trililing. Sino ba nagdala dyan sa mga individual na yan sa Senado? Kay Edgar Matubato at dito kay Las Cañas, di ba? Itong si Antonio Trillanes. O ibig sabihin, mas resourceful sa inyo yung si Trililing.
wala ho kayong results ng investigation. Were there any cases filed because of your investigation, Madam Senator?
Okay, when I was appointed in 2010, meron po ako yung aking mga personal investigation notes, pero wala pa ho yung naging resolution. Now, we turned over the records to the Commission on Human Rights, and then later, they came out with the resolution. That was, I think, in 2012, June 2012. Yung resolution nila, one of the recommendations is for the filing of an administrative and criminal cases against then former Mayor Rodrigo Duterte and some other officials. What I know is that this was referred to the office of the Ombudsman, but I think later on, Mr. Duterte was cleared of, there was no finding or no cases filed.
So the former president was cleared? Am I
No,
correct?
it was not really cleared because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the main reason why no cases were filed with the Ombudsman against former Mayor Duterte and then President Duterte is that nung linabas na po yung from the Ombudsman is he was already the president.
Well,
So on
during-
the presidential immunity.
in the course of your investigation, when you were CHR chairman, and then you think that the former president was involved in the killings in his hometown in Davao, why didn't you file cases against him?
Yun.
The investigation was conducted. But the problem was that those who were in the know, yung konti ho na mga self-confessed DDS members,
Dapat kasi kinasuhan mo, kahit ilan pa yan, kahit isa lang yung nagtestimonya, dapat, di ba tinuluyan mo, ngayon tuloy, naging butas sa yan.
of the time, they're not willing
No.
to
When
testify.
you were DOJ secretary, why didn't you file a case against the former president? You had all the means, you had all the power to do so.
Correct.
When you were secretary of the Department of
I
Justice.
actually referred the matter of when Edgar Matubato came to us for witness protection. I refer ko po ulit yung the DDS matter
So what
to
happened?
the wala po. Wala po.
Bakit wala? You were a very, very powerful member of the cabinet during the Aquino administration. You did not do anything?
It's not that I
To pursue
did
the
not
case?
do anything.
To pursue
It's
the
just
case?
that I asked the NBI to pursue further the investigation. Pero wala na po na i-submit sa akin na report. They were telling me that they had also so much difficulty accessing possible witnesses at the time.
All right, one more thing.
Madam, nandyan na si Matubato at Las Cañas. Ano pa ba naman yung sinasabi mo mahirap i-access? Di ba nga pinapakain nga nila sa buhaya? Oh, nandun na yung mga ebidensya. Bakit hindi? Kasi yung mga testimonya nila hindi tatayo sa korte. Alam mo nating lahat yun. Tatayo lang yung mga testimonya nila dyan sa hearing. Dyan sa mga, sa mga pangtuwad ko, pang senado, pang ganun-ganun lang. Diba? Hindi. Pagka dinala sa korte, baka makita pa lang sila ng, ng judge, eh. Diba? Mukha pa lang ni Matabato at Las Cañas, diba?
Madam former Senator, why is it only in Davao that you had this investigation? Bakit Davao lang? Why were you so focused and why are you so concentrated in investigating Davao?
We were focused on investigating the so-called DDS phenomenon because we have read some reports about it, foremost of which was the report of the UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. And he did come out to that report citing certain findings of the UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. And meron din pong report, yung Human Rights Watch, they called it, "You can die anytime," also referring to the DDS phenomenon. So we felt that at that time, because of these reports, and our CHR regional office did confirm that there were killings, but they could not tell us, or they refused to tell us that it was actually the doings of the DDS on orders of then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte. But the insiders, the ones I mentioned kanina, I think there were 3 of them, which we interviewed secretly or discreetly, they did say that there was such a thing as a group as a Davao Death Squad, and then formed by the former mayor, and then getting orders also from the former mayor, something that were validated later on by Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I would like to invite the attention of the former senator when she was still a sitting member of the Senate. With regard to the committee report of the Committee on Justice then, for the years, if I may read, for the years 2001 to 2009, under the Arroyo administration, 91,762 killings were reported, or an average of 10.196 killings per year, 850 killings per month, or 28 killings per day. On the other hand, for the years 2010 to 2016, under the Aquino administration, there were 85,878 recorded killings with an average of 14,313 killings per year, 1,193 killings per month, or 40 killings per day. You were the Justice Secretary during the Aquino administration. Why did you not investigate these killings?
Correct.
All right. May I start by saying that on the matter of EJKs in general, especially with respect to the killings of activists, I did recommend, and it was adopted, there was this Administrative Order number 35, creating an interagency committee to look into the
Pero pagdating ko sa pagiging DOJ Secretary, ang masasabi lang ho natin, mas magaling itong si Bonjing Boying Remulla, dyan kay Leila de Lima. Magaling ho siya kasi lahat ng gustong mangyari nitong si Bangag, nakagawa niya. Guluhin niyang gulo yan. Hulihin si ganito, huli yan.
various drug killings, the various activist killings targeting members of progressive groups, leftist organizations, and that was somewhat rampant during the time of former President Arroyo. Now, bakit wala pa po yung drug killings? Kasi nga po, pinapapursu ko pa sa NBI. It was not the real focus then of Administrative Number 35, which is the Special Interagency Committee to address extrajudicial killings. Now, talking about the Gordon report, you mentioned the Justice Committee report, which was subsequently headed by former Senator Dick Gordon. Sinabi nga niya po yun, na bakit yung EJKs lang, bakit yung ibang mga EJKs ay hindi natin kailangan imbestigahan, o hindi natin inimbestigahan dun sa Senate Committee. mukhang may problema po sa ganun. Kasi ang nakita ng committee, ng majority committee in coming up with that committee report is that, well, hindi actually nila nakita na may special complexion at the time, at the start of the drug war killings beginning 2016 under the
Nako.
Duterte administration. I'm not talking about the drug war killings kasi wala namang ganong war on drugs specifically in Davao City, although among those or many of those victimized were also alleged drug offenders aside from petty criminals and other kinds of criminals. So, nakita dapat yun, and that was the very point of my resolution that I filed calling for an inquiry, na medyo ibang fenomeno nito ngayon sa war on drugs, na ito sa ngalan ng war on drugs ay may mga pinapatay in numbers, substantial numbers, in the name of war on drugs. Kaya dapat, hindi yun naging issue talaga. Bakit hindi na lang natin imbestigahan yung buong mga pangyayari ng mga EJKs in various administrations? What they fail to appreciate, I'm talking about the committee report, is that the focus of my investigation ay yung mga dumadami na halos araw-araw na pinapatay since day one of the former president's assumption into office. And even before his official assumption into office, meron na talaga na mga pinapatay araw-araw, halos araw-araw, nakita natin yon.
Thank you, ma'am.
So that's supposed to be.
Ang tanong ko dito, simple lang, dating Senador Lila de Lima, ngayon ho ba, wala ho bang nagugurgur araw-araw? Yung mga pumaplakdabar sa daan na nagbebenta ng illegal na droga, hindi ho ba kasama yon doon sa mga dapat imbestigahan ngayong mga panahon na to? Ibig sabihin meron ding EJK ngayong mga panahon na to. Ganun ho ba yan? Kasi parang sinisingle out lang natin yung nagdang administrasyon eh. Parang pinapalabas mo nung panahon ni Digong talagang araw-araw, ganyan. Ngayon ho ba, walang araw-araw na nangyayaring mga ganyang klaseng krimen ngayon dito sa administrasyon na to. Ibig sabihin, kailangan din ho natin imbestigahan ang administrasyon itong si Bangag kaugnay dito sa mga pumaplakdang mga nagbebenta ng ipinagbabawal na droga sa karsada. Kasi habang meron hong, ito kasi yan eh, yun ang katotohanan dyan. Sa ayaw sa gusto natin, kahit sino pa nakaupo, basta ginawa ng pulis ang kanyang trabaho, sigurado meron paplakda sa karsada. 100%. Kung talagang gagawin lang nila trabaho nila, marami mauubos. Baka pati yung mga nakaupo dapat trabahuhin yung mga yan. Sa totoo lang. Tuloy natin.
Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. Okay. I know malaking overlap niya sa EJK because marami siguro ngang napatay in the name of Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. But this is not strictly an EJK hearing or investigation. Okay? Basta klaruhin ko lang po sa inyo lahat, lalo na sa members ng subcommittee. May mother committee tayo. Yun ang instruction sa atin. Investigate the Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. Okay? So, if I may continue.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can you extend that statement of yours to all members of the Senate? Because I'm not a member of the committee. Yeah.
There you will be.
So I was just,
you will be.
I was just making to ensure that all members
yes.
are oriented properly, Mr. Chair. Thank you,
Mr. Chair, I would just like to wrap up my questioning to
Yes.
Senator De Lima. But I would like to put it on record that the resource person, the former senator, did not answer directly my question, Mr. Chair. And I might be mistaken of defending the former president. I am not defending the former president. In fact, if it is his turn to answer questions, I will ask questions also.
Darating po tayo. So, anyways, Senator De Lima will be present in the future hearings. Yes, Senator Risa?
Hello. Yes, salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. Just a brief manifestation. Kanina mention was made of a resource person na
Nandiyan ka na naman kaayo. Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. Nag-trending yung kaayo mo na yan, ha? Kahit tayo, hindi natin alam ibig sabihin ng kaayo. Pwede na lang maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Yun na lang. Ano pa?
imbitahin din natin to the next hearing. And a personal detail about that resource person. Gusto ko lang i-make off record na it is already common knowledge na dahil isang leader, si Laila de Lima, nung siya ay senador at siya ay babae, wineponize talaga yung batas laban sa kanya in the most sexist and misogynistic way. Lalo na sa, unfortunately, at that time, yung kabilang house.
Ganon talaga. Ngayon naman pinagtatanggol na nila eh. Di ba? Si Junel. Ikaw ba di ka mahilig sa saba?
So I look forward dun sa ipepresent niya sa komiteng ito, Mr. Chair, yung kanyang pag-aaral, comparison nung napag-alaman nung CHR, nung siya ay chair, tungkol sa mga extrajudicial killings sa Davao City at comparison nun sa nakita nilang ng komite niya dito sa Senado na EJ case panahon ng war on drugs. And I look forward na hindi natin papayagang maulit yung pambabastos na ginawa sa kanya, lalo na sa kabilang house noon at sa online trolling.
Teka lang, wala nang pambabastos, di ba? Yung Junel, ganon. Yung nagsusubuan sa loob ng sasakyan. Tapos na yun. Ano na yun? Public knowledge na yun ngayong mga panahon na to. Huwag nyo na akong ibalik yun. Parang inaanyayahan nyo lang yung mga manunood na, balikan nyo yung hearing dyan sa house nung pinag-usapan nila yung si Junel, di ba?
Na ginawa laban sa kanya bilang isang leader at bilang isang babae. Just for the record, Mr. Chair, with full confidence that our committee, subcommittee, and our Senate will uphold that. Daghang salamat, Mr. Chair.
Senator Bato, De La Rosa.
Yes, Mr. Chair. First of all, I just would like to be clarified because the beginning of the hearing, you told us that Senator Joel Villanueva is being appointed by you as the Vice Chairman of this subcommittee. So therefore, he's a member of this committee. He's claiming to be not.
No, he will be a member. Everything will be fixed, Mr.
Thank you.
I'm willing to be questioned by Senator Bato, Mr. President. If there's any question that you would like to
we will
raise.
fix everything.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, I just would like to put on record my observation in this committee hearing that in this committee hearing, our resource persons are given even 10 to 15 to beyond the 15 minutes time to speak up. Unlike what happened in the Quadcom in the lower house,
Nako.
wherein kawawa ang mga pulis na ginawang resource person doon. This question is answerable by yes or no. Yes lang or no lang. No more explanation. Pero dito, Mr. Chair, we are treating our resource person with dignity and respect.
Correct. Palakpakan ho natin si Senator Coco Pimentel dyan sa ginawa niya na yan. Sa masigabong palakpakan para dito kay Use Your Cocote. Diyan sa instance na yan, ginamit ho niya ang kanyang malaking coconut brain neurons. Palakpakan ho natin. Saludo.
So I just would like to put it on record, Mr. Chair. And as a follow-up to the question of our Senate Pro Tempore to Senator De Lima, Mr. Chair, isn't it a fact that NBI is operationally and administratively under the Department of Justice?
It is.
Yes. So if it is, if you are morally convinced about the wrongdoings of the former mayor of Davao City about these killings, bakit mo po hinahayaan lang na walang report yung NBI sa iyo? You have instructed the NBI to follow up on this investigation. Tapos na lang yung buong year, 6 years of the Aquino administration, hindi ka nakapag-file ng kaso kay President Duterte. Is that malfeasance on your part as that Secretary of Justice wherein you are morally convinced na may ginawang masama si Pangulong Mayor Duterte. Tapos ngayon, hinayaan mo lang NBI na walang ginawa, walang binalik na report, or baka sinabihan ka ng NBI, ma'am, ang ating kaso will not stand in court. Baka gano'n sinabi sa iyo. Kaya wala na nangyayari doon sa ginawa mong tasking sa NBI.
Can we request for a brief answer, ma'am?
My brief answer is that I did make some certain follow-ups, and there was reports from the NBI, verbal reports, when I asked about them and that what would they tell me, that nahihirapan sila na mag-access sa Davao ng mga possible witnesses.
Can I have the name of the NBI chief during that time na kinausap, na sinabihan nyo? Word lang.
NBI, was it
Paki-recall na lang, ma'am, and then once
Yes,
you recall, tell us. Okay, nandito pa kasi ako sa time na I'm giving the victims the chance nga to speak out, to air. Okay, nandito pa tayo. Dalawa na lang naman yung ang tatanungin ko. Okay, Mayor Mabilog, you want to say something? Pwedeng hindi, pwedeng meron. Nasa sayo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the
Naku, ito si Mabilog.
subcommittee on the Blue Ribbon Committee.
Huwag kang iiyak dyan, bro, Huwag kang iiyak dyan. Iiyak ka ba dyan? So, basahin mo yung sworn affidavit mo dyan sa House of Representatives dyan sa Senado. Tingnan natin kung saan ka dadamputin.
Good afternoon po. First and foremost, gusto ko lang po sabihin na I was not and never will be a drug protector. I don't know personally nor did I benefit in any way from any illegal drug personality in Iloilo or elsewhere. Naging kabataang barangay chairman po ako, city councilor, vice mayor, and mayor for 6 years. And kahit naging mayor ako for 6 years, kahit wala po akong formal training as mayor on addressing illegal or crime or illegal drugs. Wala pong training na ibinigay po sa amin. I took decisive action to combat the drug problem of the city. As a matter of fact, it was even recognized on the national level by both the PDEA and the police, PNP, in 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. So, as mayor in the beginning, as mandated by law, I am aware of my authority to set local policies and priorities related to crime and drugs. I am also aware that the law that dictates that the PNP and the PDEA handle crime investigation and response and the combating of drug trafficking and enforcement of drug laws, while the mayor relies on the police and the PDEA to implement them. So until such time that my name was included in the list, and until that I was granted political asylum by the United States of America government, and that's why I'm here, Mr. Chair, at the behest of the Senate, as a matter of courtesy to this institution, to answer the best of my knowledge questions related to the inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Okay, last ko na gustong i-recognize ngayong hapon na upon the request of Attorney Jokno, si Roger Herrero. Pero wala siyang affidavit. So ganito na lang ang request ko. Attorney Jokno, can you prepare